News out about how much Bayern Munich really want for de Ligt and MAZRAOUI. How much of that do we believe, though? We're going to read into the reports this morning in this, your Saturday morning early update here on Forever United TV. Manchester United being linked again also with Chiesa. Does this bring the Sancho situation into play again? We know, and we've spoken here plenty of times on Forever United TV regarding Sancho and how long United will wait in this transfer window before making a move. I spoke last night about a possible fifth signing from the point of where we are now, with the four that we know we're definitely in for, and maybe one more forward. Is there a twist at the end of the transfer window? Digging through all of the overnight news from the States and what's been said over there on the Manchester United tour through all of the papers this early morning on a Saturday. I've got you covered, guys, and setting you up for your day. You won't need to know anything else after this show is finished. Are Manchester United actually going to get de Ligt and MAZRAOUI done? According to Romano, yes. I'm going to get through all of that first. That's the main talking point today. Get your chats in below. Do you believe the stories coming out from Rob Dawson of ESPN, guys? Let's dig into everything. Let's get into the video. Welcome along, everybody. I'm Adam. Hope you had a fantastic evening. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend. Like we said, tonight or early morning of Sunday, you could say, Manchester United finished the tour, everyone's back in at Carrington on Monday, and things start getting really serious again. But where are we at with the signings? That's all anyone wants to know. Please give the video a like before we really kickstart the show, and of course make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well, guys. It is still only 50% of you that are watching right now that are actually subscribed, so you might as well keep a foot of all the news by subscribing and hitting that notification as well, guys. Give me 500 likes on the video. Let's go. Where we starting? Rob Dawson has been talking from ESPN. We know who Rob is. I've spoke to Rob many a times. He is well connected with Manchester United. He does pick and choose when he comes out and brings the news. He is saying that there is a valuation actually been set by Bayern Munich now. When you look at what that valuation is, and it being in the region of 55 million, you tend to sort of go, really? I thought Manchester United had actually bid quite close to 40-odd million for Matthias de Ligt, according to reports. So how much do we really want for MAZRAOUI as well on top of this? Now, we heard that Manchester United, when we were going in for a separate bid for both of these players, that MAZRAOUI, for some reason, went up to around £21 million. And when West Ham had agreed a deal, but obviously with their agent Pimenta, that being de Ligt, and MAZRAOUI's agent Pimenta not getting what they wanted from the deal, that one collapsed. But the fee was around 15 million. That's what we heard. Manchester United then apparently came into the into the bidding, and it was somewhere around the £21 million mark for him, which was a bit baffling at the time as well. But reading between the lines was their agent's fees that weren't involved in the original West Ham deal that we didn't know about, and this is why West Ham fell away. Was the price always upwards of 18 towards £21 million for MAZRAOUI? We don't know, but apparently Bayern Munich now want, according to Rob Dawson of ESPN, £55 million. Now that seems decent to me. It does. I don't know if there's more to this or if there's any more value on top of this, but 55 million seems quite decent for both players. You've got two Bayern Munich defenders there, both still, well, young and in prime. We know the roles that they're going to do. Do they improve Manchester United's team from what we had last year? Yes, we can bring injuries into it if we want, but really when we're looking at the profile of the player, we're looking at the quality of the player, they both improve Manchester United. We've got news from Romano as well. As you can see on the tweet below, you've got Agate, de Ligt and MAZRAOUI. We know there are three main targets. They know that Manchester United now need to start pushing on. I think even Fabrizio Romano, when he said that last week, the week just gone, was going to be a big, big week for Manchester United, he expected probably more to happen. And I think we're coming to a point now where who bluffs first, Bayern Munich or Manchester United? When you look at the situation with Bayern Munich, very similar to what Manchester United have got in what they need. They're looking to buy Tar from Leverkusen, and they can't move forward until de Ligt goes. Manchester United have an injury with Lenny Yoro. Ten Hag has come out and said the transfer plans do not change. We were always going to go for the second one anyway. So as far as what's happened with Yoro and where Manchester United are at with de Ligt now and MAZRAOUI and what we're bidding on, it's exactly the same process. Nothing has changed. Nothing has prompted more urgency or anything like that. This is still Manchester United's plan. They are confident with the defence and the team that they've got starting the season. They will push this all the way till the end of the transfer window if necessary. They are not bothered. And from United's stance there, that pushes across pressure onto Bayern Munich and how quickly they want to get Tar in from Bayer Leverkusen. Obviously, these players, when you've got the likes of Bayern Munich and Manchester United wanting you, they're not really looking at other offers. There has to be some other big gun comes in and actually puts in a significant bid or tries to convince the player to come across to them for this to change right now. So it will happen. Both teams need to move forward. They're just stubbornly standing their ground and holding out for a better deal for on Bayern's side and Manchester United's side. MAZRAOUI's value is the one. I've always known and I've always seen reports, and you guys are probably the same as well, that Manchester United have been at around the 42 million pound mark for Matthijs de Ligt. And now Bayern Munich wanted closer to, I think it was around about 45, something like that if you add the Euros up. They wanted 45 plus add-ons. Manchester United would probably push in at 45 million with everything included. Bayern wanted extras out of this, and whether or not Manchester United can package up these extras for both players in a better deal. We spoke about this last night, and this is why Manchester United are going in with a double shot on both of the players, because individually they're finding it hard to negotiate with Bayern Munich and get the right deal with add-ons and so on and full packages for both defenders. So when you break down everything that's happened already, and we discussed last night that we're going to be looking at a double deal or an individual and what works best, I think United will now push forward after what happened on Thursday and United approaching a double deal. I think they will look at a combined add-on package for both MAZRAOUI and Matthijs de Ligt. I think there will be 55 million and some on top. I think Manchester United would now negotiate in with what triggers them add-ons, a performance-related, a appearance-related add-on, and things like that. Whatever triggers what comes in for the extras that Bayern Munich want as such. It's complicated, and when it gets to this stage now, you're splitting hairs, basically. That's all it is. I think it's just two big club egos fighting each other off right now. And United, I feel, are probably in the stronger position because de Ligt is not going to play for Bayern Munich. They've made it clear that he's not wanted. And with Ornstein's report yesterday, it was quite clear that they have already made their decision on MAZRAOUI and de Ligt. So them players are finished with Bayern Munich. They don't care. They'll be professional, but they want out. Manchester United have players there that want to stay there, and Manchester United have cleverly, they may have let it know privately or stuff like that. If players come in, we'll be looking to move people on. But Manchester United, I think, are in the stronger position still with both of these players now, because they both signed up to personals. Pimenta, the agent for both, has agreed deals for both of these players. And Manchester United have still got defenders there actively that are going to be able to at least help United start off their season. So when you look at the likes of Maguire, Lindelof, Martinez, Johnny Evans, we've got 4 fit centre-backs all ready to go for the start of the season. And like I said just 2 minutes ago then, United will wait until the end of this transfer window to get de Ligt. They will wait till the end to get MAZRAOUI. We have more than enough to see out 3 Premier League games and up until the 1st of September when that transfer window shuts. And I think that's what most people need to realise with this one. It's like, why are United waiting around? We need to get going and get started the season. I feel like we have got enough within our squad right now to get a decent amount of points out of them first 3 games. Remember, it's Fulham at home, it's Brighton away, and Liverpool at home. Some will say difficult, especially the Brighton and Liverpool games. I mean, Fulham beat us at Old Trafford last season, so it's no pushover. But if you've got the likes of Maguire and Martinez there, you could possibly have Shaw and Dalot starting out at the back. Strong enough, one of the strongest defences we've had for a while, to be honest, compared to what it was last season. Midfield, you've got plenty of options. You've got a fully fit Casemiro. You've obviously got Mainu coming back as well. Bruno Fernandes back. Like, it is full strength. You've got Xerxes who could play as a number 9, worst case scenario. There are rumours that we could actually see Obi Martin on the bench against City in the Community Shield, such as the need for forwards and who's actually fit at the moment. And where does Jadon Sancho lie in all of this? Taking us to our next story, there are reports that, and they've come from Tutto Juve, that United are still chasing Chiesa and are still negotiating with him. There's a reason why no one else has bought him or he's moved anywhere else. And this story says that Manchester United are actually still actively communicating with Bayern and Chiesa about bringing the Italian to Manchester United. We've spoken plenty about him, his form, his drop-off in the last 2 years and what's happened. If Ten Hag thinks he can rekindle that, can reignite his career again, I don't know. It would be cheap. But it brings into question the Jadon Sancho situation again, doesn't it? And whether Manchester United can actively move Jadon Sancho on. I just think that Jadon Sancho is a problem for Ten Hag. He does not know where to play him. He can play him as that false nine and try and squeeze him into the squad and keep everybody happy. I just think he's under that much pressure to get these deals done. Or not so much Ten Hag under that much pressure. I think the club are putting pressure on Ten Hag because I don't think he wants him in the team. I think he wants to move past this and have his own players in place. And don't count out Manchester United bringing in another forward by the end of this window. Just remember the amount of work that United have got to get done yet and what we could possibly bring in. Wan-Bissaka is going to go. We talked last night regarding Inter Milan coming in with a last-ditch attempt to hijack the deal for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Inter Milan in. United could possibly get that bid up now and get a little bit more money for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. United will sell Victor Lindelof this summer. They have to sell him. Otherwise, he is gone on a free next summer. They will not trigger any more contract extension. The situation with McTominay and Harry Maguire is such that they can have one more year added to their contracts after this season coming. Basically, they will be in the same position as what Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka are now. It's just a ever-moving conveyor belt, basically, of old deadwood Manchester United players. Some of them, I think deadwood's a strong word again, but that's what everyone uses just to generalise every one of these players. Let's call them old players who've probably outstayed their welcome at Manchester United. Victor Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka did not get, so they had their 1 year triggered contracts on their deals. That's why we're in the position we are now. So they're finished at the end of next season. This time next year, Maguire and McTominay will both be in exactly the same position. So if you look at what we've got to get rid of, you have to judge, obviously, the situation we're in, what was brought forward before, and where we're at now. And if every Manchester United fan was told within 2 years of INEOS taking over, you'd have got rid of Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Martial, Brandon Williams, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, all of these players, you'd have accepted it, wouldn't you? Now, everyone, I'm not so much bitching and moaning, but obviously being concerned with the situation we're in is, yeah, I understand it, but 2 years and you've got rid of all of the deadwood, and you could have, blockers, Stephanie, that's what they are, and you could have, obviously, Jadon Sancho gone in that time as well, because he'll be entering his 5th year as well. So yes, United are not going to be making tons and tons of money out of these players, but we're not expected to make loads of money out of these players simply because nobody wants them. And United put these big contracts on them. The Chiesa negotiations right now, Manchester United looking at that, he's still young-ish. Honestly, you're splitting hairs in terms of quality for me, in terms of Sancho and Chiesa. Honestly, I would leave Chiesa alone. We don't need him, I don't think. Is he an upgrade on Sancho? If Sancho's at top form, some people would say Sancho's a better player than Chiesa. Is Sancho's head going to be fixed? Look, at the end of the day, look, we've got another year of Sancho, worst case scenario, and then we're into his last year of his contract, and he's going to be gone anyway. So anyone moaning about Sancho being here, the club obviously keeping hold of him, it's wrong and all of this conversation, United will lose out money. We're going to lose out on all of these players. As long as the fan base accepts that what was done before is the problem and not what INEOS are doing now being the problem, we'll be fine going forward. Yes, Manchester United know. And I think INEOS have looked at this situation. They know they can't make big money on any of these players right now. But being in the Champions League is paramount. So do everything you possibly can. Rinse out every single last penny that you can out of every deal, which is why we're dragging MAZRAOUI and LIGT all the way to the end of the window. Even Agate, holding on to Amrabat, keeping Rabiot on hold as well. They've got all of these players that they can just go trigger, bang, 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 get in, done. And all of the players that we're moving out, you have to accept that United are moving in the right direction. It's just not going to be very profitable for Manchester United going forward. This was always going to happen with United, unfortunately. And we're in a position now where, yes, we're happy with moving the players on. and they will move on. INEOS are just trying to get the best out of these players they can, value-wise, before the deadline shuts. I think they have rinsed out the best that we can in the deals so far. So you guaranteed leaves. So we knew that Williams, Varane and Martial were going on a free. Nothing we could do with that. Done. Out of the way. We kept hold of Heaton and Evans. They were the other two players at contract ends. Heaton will just be a cheerleader and good to have around the dressing room. Evans was vital last season. Can completely see why Manchester United would bring him in again. But Greenwood, 27 million. I think we've done well to get rid of him. Cambuala, 10 million going up. Done well to get rid of him. But look, Danny van der Beek, yeah, it doesn't look great. $500,000. But that could, and pretty much looks like it could go up to another €5 million in add-ons from what Romano said. So they are getting the most out of everything that they can. Every other deal that's dragging on now is simply because they want to just try and get the value that they've got. And similar to what they've done with the other deals so far. So that's how we have to look at it as fans. That INEOS aren't just being taken for a ride. It's difficult right now. Super chat in. Glenn, thank you. That's come from Glenn C. I'm just reading through it. Heard the deadline date is Friday 30th, so it's only 2 Premier League games before the transfer window deadline. And maybe they've moved. I've not looked into the actual deadline date, actually, in terms of when it actually comes about. Because there've been a lot of complaints over recent years, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I'll check into this as well. Thanks for the super chat, Glenn. But it's a good point because we've had a lot of Premier League games going on actually on deadline day, and managers moaning to the Premier League that we cannot get our deals done because we're having to concentrate on the football side of things. And you know how everyone needs to be in office and needs to be there actually working to get deals done on deadline day. It's an awkward day, but. Yes, I think that could be what's happening with that. Maybe bring it forward a day. Manuel Ugarte is also patiently waiting for Manchester United. I said that's in the tweet at the bottom there, guys. United are interested in Real Madrid defender João Martinez as well. That's another story coming out from the MEN. That'll be another academy player that United are looking to bring over. More news on this as we go through the day as well. Just going through all of the updates for you guys right now, as always. Let's get through a few of your comments quickly while we can. Over 1,200 in the room. Wow, thank you guys. Amazing for a Saturday morning on this transfer update show. Give the video a like as well while you're at it. Only 200 likes in for 1,200 people in the room. We have a poll running as well. Should United pay 55 million and just get this done? Is the poll as well, guys. Yes, we've got 85%. No is 15%. Keep that going, guys. We have a tough first month with many games being played. Peter says, Adam, 55 million to players sounds great, but for some reason, when we buy players and get stung, look at last season, Mount Hoyland back problem. I just hope it does not happen again. Yes, I understand that completely because you look at the deals that INEOS are offering these players. Peter's right there. It's like the long term, like they're all being offered 6-year deals. 5 years with option to add on another year. So they have to do some serious hard negotiating on these contracts. If they get Matthias de Ligt in, 170 grand a week, and that's it till the end of his time at Manchester United, is anyone going to complain? Because Matthias de Ligt, 25 now, Manchester United give him a contract, 170 grand a week. That's it. That's never going to change all the way through to him leaving United when he gets to 30 plus. No one's moaning about that. The Lenny Yoro one, if that's 100 odd million, that's 100 odd million for possibly 6 years now. If he does become that player that everybody is making him out to be or has scouted him to be and has the potential to be, then you're not bothered about paying Lenny Yoro 100 and odd £1,000 a week up until the age of 24, are you? And then if he is that world-beating player, then you look at them big wages. But I think INEOS' plan is like, get these players in. They're on these sensible wages, I would say, compared to what we've done before. Very sensible wages. And then if the team is performing and the incentives are triggered, you're not really bothered. If players are being paid extra because United are winning major trophies, you're not bothered, are you? City's wage bill is the biggest in the Premier League by a country mile. But they're winning everything. So it's like the incentives are there. Keep winning, keep earning. And they keep on winning. And the bonuses that come in with all of these payments, that's how it's structured properly. And that's how football clubs are actually run. And that's how Manchester United should be run, and probably used to be run, because we kept on winning. And no one even bought up wages. No one bought up contracts, values of players and stuff like that. I've said it all along. All that matters for Manchester United to run smoothly is performances and winning on the pitch. There's no other club that depends, maybe Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich possibly, the big clubs. And you look at all of them, in fact. For them to run right and everything be okay financially and everything be okay behind the scenes and everything looking like it's running well, it has to be with winning trophies and winning on the pitch. Simple as. Manchester United are being scrutinised now because the football's crap. Everyone looks into every single detail. You automatically switch on to, right, what's causing the problem for it being so shit? Is it Ten Hag? Is it the coaching staff? It's the hierarchy, the way we run into the Glazers. Look at this player we bought at this time. He's still not done it. This is all the Glazers' fault. Look, no one will be talking about the Glazers if Manchester United were picking up Premier League trophies, would they? No one was talking about the Glazers when United won the double in 2008. I know they wasn't. It's just the way that we're programmed to actually look at football, where you judge things off what's going well and what's going bad. And you know, it's like a review system. One bad review counts for 10 good reviews. So you could have 10 games in a row, win 10 games, but as soon as you lose a game, oh, what's going on? What's happened? Why is this all going wrong now? You forget about all the good. Instantly, we're programmed. I can't remember who said it. Positivity spreads well. So you've got a positive player, someone with the right mental attitude, no bad eggs. That spreads well in a football team. So when someone's doing something good, you automatically want to do good as well. It's like when you play with better players, your game goes up. If you're playing with a player that's giving more effort, then you want to match that. You want to stay in that team. As soon as you get a bad egg, negativity spreads 20 times faster than positivity in any walk of life or any industry or anything like that. It does. We know it does. The review system says it all. Like, how can you have one bad review and then need 10 good ones to cancel out one bad one to a percentage? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But that's how we're programmed. If you're winning, no one cares about what's going on off the pitch or how much money's being spent. No one even looks into it. And when it's going bad, there has to be a problem deeper down the line and we have to look into it and find out what's going on. Look, all I'll say is, again, and I'll keep repeating myself, I think INEOS are doing a good job so far. I cannot complain with anything that they've done. The question is, and what we're saying right now, is like, what time do we actually just say, right, okay, we've tried our best, we have to spend a little bit more, but we've got the deals done, and we're giving Ten Hag them tools to go out and get Manchester United where we need to be, which is back in the Champions League. Where do we just say, look, we just need to give Ten Hag the best opportunity? Because this is what INEOS's whole outlook of Manchester United has been. Football matters. And football is more important than anything else at the football club. So they will do the best up to a certain point. And I believe that there will be another 5 players that comes in. I may be off the mark with it, but looking at how everything is, like these players that Manchester United have been communicating with are going nowhere else. No one else is coming in. United have them hooked in. And they're waiting. So whatever United are doing behind the scenes, whatever United are doing and communication-wise with these players, they're doing something right. Because we're the only team that these players, and these are not crap players anymore. These are not players that nobody else is in for. You could say we're arguing with Matthias de Ligt a little bit, and MAZRAOUI, but we know other clubs are in for MAZRAOUI as well. But we are in a position where we're in control, I still think. We're not lost control of this window, which is the positive, I think. Super chat from Lewis says, hi Adam, your positivity and rational thinking is very refreshing in comparison with some other content makers. Keep up the good work. Thank you for that, Lewis. Really appreciate it. I just look at, I'm a straight arrow, guys. I say it like, this is why I do my content outside of the stadium, because it's raw and it's emotional and it's, I think, the most genuine in terms of how we look at results, games, performances, stuff like that. It's the same with what I'm doing now. I just feel like, look, when you look at everything, yes, we've still got some crap at the club, but you have to, and I'll keep on saying it, and I've said it so many times, you have to take into consideration the circumstances behind why things are happening. Why? There's always a why it's happening. Something has happened before. It's the bleeding Glazers and the people that they had running Manchester United. If we had the last 5 years of INEOS running this football club, we would be looking at who is going to make Manchester United Who's going to come into Manchester United and win us the league? What's going to make the difference was winning the league? That's it. You don't run the way that you're running now and not succeed. It's a blueprint to success in what's happening right now. Everyone can look at it and scrutinise any deal. Yes, there's always that look that you can look at something that INEOS have done or a deal that they've done and say, yes, it's still bad in this deal. It's not right. He's been paid too much. The valuation was too much. Why is nobody else in for him? Look at his injury record. Look at this. Look at that. But all I would say is just compare it to what was there before. Look, would you rather have Murto and Arnold negotiating this transfer window right now or INEOS? Just be honest with yourself and say, if you don't like INEOS and Sir Jim Ratcliffe or anything like that, what is better right now? What we had last summer or what we've got this summer? Just be honest with yourself and answer that one question. Take everything else out of it and go, yes, it is. I'd rather have what we've got now. Of course you would. Of course you would. And then judge INEOS 3 years, 5 years down the line when their players are at the stage of what Myrtles and Arnold's and the old regime's players are at now. Let's see where Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt, Mazraoui, Xerxes and all these deals compared to Marcus Rashford, Sancho, McTominay, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka. Let's see where them players are at in 5 years and then judge INEOS on it then. All I'm saying is right now, say what you see, say it as it is. Don't ignore just because you've got an agenda-driven argument against the old regime and you don't think anything's changed. You just look at what's happened now. Look at what Manchester United are doing now and look how we are dealing with these deals in the transfer window. Yeah. And again, I'm all positive. I'm buzzing. I'm liking the way that things are going. And then when football starts and it's still shit, you may see a different side of me. It's just a fan. I am a fan, and this club runs through my blood. Like, I've been a season ticket holder for years, for decades, in fact, at different times in my life. I love Manchester United, and I want them to succeed. And my emotion will run away with me. I'm not trying to be someone that I'm not. I'm just going to say it as it is. That's simple way of running what we do on this channel, and that's why you guys are loving it so much. Hopefully, anyway, that's why we've got 1,300 people in on a Saturday morning listening to our updates and over 300 likes. By the way, guys, 300 likes for 1,300 people. I deserve better than that, surely, don't I? Come on, give the video a like, everybody. But yeah, that is your roundup done. Not as much as what we'd hoped for, but all I'm saying right now is brace yourself for what is about to happen, I think. I'm not the Oracle. I'm not saying that this is going to definitely happen, but just look at what's going on right now and look at the positive side of it. And there is no way that we aren't going to have a crazy week now. Players are back. I'm buzzing seeing Bruno Fernandes back, by the way. I've seen a picture of Xerxes and Dalot sat on the bikes this morning on social media. Loving that. I cannot wait for the start of the season. I cannot wait. By the way, guys, we are doing a watch along for the Community Shield on TIFO. It is happening again. The watch along start of the season is this Sunday coming, guys. A week tomorrow, Manchester United v Manchester City. We have got the watch along going on TIFO, guys. The link is in the description. I'm sure some of the mods will drop the link into the chat now for you guys. Just jump across there, completely free. That's where we're doing the watch alongs, where we bring fans on. We do it differently. The watch along isn't just me. You guys are involved as well. You come on, and that's how we work it. I will be plugging and giving you more information about the watch-alongs as the week goes on, guys. We've got loads of stuff to start the season. It's going to be absolutely mega. Trust me on this, mega. I cannot wait to kickstart it all off and get you guys involved as well. But as for stories, yes, price set for MAZRAOUI and de Ligt. And that is where we're at right now. Will Manchester United meet it? Is it realistic? Is there more add-ons on top of that? You guys let me know in the comments below. I will put a question in the comments when this video finishes. Just reply to that. And that is all done. Mods, members, new members, super chats, everyone, thank you for your involvement this morning. Great show. Great way to start the weekend off. And that is us all done, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you all later on. I will keep you posted. We'll be back this evening. We may do a midday show as well, depending on the news that's come out. Weekends are always a bit different, but I'll keep you updated with everything that's going on anyway, guys. But definitely back this evening. And then if anything else does break, I'll be all over it, guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic Saturday. Enjoy the weekend.